Let's move on to something more straightforward then. Cesarewitch at 340. Shane, how did they bet in this?
6-1 the field. Tom Stratham in there, 6-1 favourite. 8-1 Southern France. 9-1 we go about Limini for Willie Mullins, who has a rake of runners in here. Lawson 12-1, Yordell 12-1, VAV 12-1, Cleonte 12-1, 14's bar. And a reminder as well, we're 7 places each way from opening hours early on Saturday morning each way.
7 places. Yeah. That's one to get stuck into. What about you, Jiggy? Here, are you looking up near the top? Do you think this is Willie Mullins, or are you going to look at Sylvester de Souza as well? 3 times he's won this race since 2013.
I'm looking up the top, and I'm looking at Willie Mullins. Can I have 2?
Yeah. Well, you're at 7 places. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
absolutely.
35 runners, 7 places. So the first one is Southern France, who I think should be favourite. He's improved all season. I think he'll improve for the step up and trip. I didn't think he actually had the greatest trip in Doncaster. He was a bit wide. It didn't make any difference what have you. But third in the ledger, I mean, that's Group 1 form coming in here. The £10 3-year-old allowance, I think, is over generous. I think he should be favoured, and he's not. So he's a bet. And I have to have something on this Eurodell, just because the form of that amateur race in Galway is just scandalous.
An awful lot higher though, isn't he? Like 13, 14
Yeah, but I mean, he's beaten Limini, who's since gone in off a £10 higher mark. It was a bit of furlong back to the third. He's since fallen over hurdles and just had a hunt around Bellewstown. So probably lucky he's allowed running this, to be honest with you, after Bellewstown. But anyway, he is. And again, he's a price 7 places, about 16 to 1.
Yeah, good stuff. Johnny, what about you?
Big words about the Bellewstown race, won by an Aidan O'Brien improver. I think it's a horrible race, to be honest. A lot of the fancied horses are drawn very high, and I think that's worrying for them. You'd need the 7 places. I'm going to go with Lightning Spear, Harvey Martin's horse. You know, he ran a blinder in the trial.
Yeah, well, that trial was a ludicrous race because the front yoke was 35 lengths clear at the
absolutely.
half mile.
Gave vain search, gave vain pursuit, but ran a solid race. Wasn't beaten far in this race, I think, 2 years ago.
And what a horse, by the way.
Yeah,
he's won over 120 grand in prize money. Like
he's not that old either. You'd think he's older, and I think he's run about 35 times. But John Egan, obviously a veteran rider. Yeah, and like Harvey has had a very, very quiet sort of year or two even. His jump strike rate is very, very poor.
Well, you say that, but he had a Group 1 winner last year in Italy, and he had the 3rd in the Gold Cup in Annabelle Fly, and that's still and people still talk him down.
Annabelle Fly was one of his jumps winners last year, but his strike rate was 2%, I think, in the season. I think, you know, he's obviously selling his yard, and I think things will improve for him. But this horse is about 25 to 1, and I think it'll run well. It has a nice draw as well, and it's fairly straightforward, and does go well around Newmarket.
Just briefly as well, those are bigger prices. In the last 10 renewals, there's been 2 50 to 1 winners and 2 66 to 1 winners in the last 10 years. So don't be afraid of a price.
Yeah, looking at favourites, right? So there's been like 3 winning favourites recently. You have to go back to 1992 before those 3 recent favourites. You know what that was?
92.
92.
I was
Give you a clue. He was a stairway
no interest in racing. Like Vinnie Rowe or something mad.
Vintage Crop.
Vintage Crop. Yeah. Vinnie Rowe was a little bit after that.